Hello again, Andy with Handy Andy, and welcome back to another one of our run-throughs. You can reach us at 770-912-2829 or handyandyfixit.xyz. We've pretty much been doing this stuff for 25 years and it never ends. And a lot of the stuff you've been watching our videos, you'll see some of the same things over and over again. So this is a referral client of ours over in the Snellville area in Gwinnett County. Beautiful home. We worked in Montclair so many times over the years, and we tend to see the same types of things. So some of the things are going on in this house. Other people have worked on it. I don't know. I'm doing this off of my cell video, so I don't know if we're going to be able to do it as well. But let's see if we can get us up in there. So if you look closely in here, you'll see a line right here. You'll see that line right there. That's a horizontal cut, and you'll see that in a bunch of places around this house. So whenever contractors come in and do a horizontal repair like that, it ends up trapping water, and so it's actually rotted their replacement piece and the old piece. We back prime our replacement pieces and we angle cut it. It's not going to show up in the video very well, but this lower portion of the sash right here is rotted through. We're the only company I know of in Atlanta that will cut out that rotted wood and repair that sash window with back primed wood. It won't rot again. You won't have to replace the whole window. Unfortunately, it is an expensive repair. And he's got a couple of those. There's a window right here, the lower portion of this sash. We get up close on it, you'll see what I'm talking about. On the pediment right here, you can see that it's almost horizontally across, it's almost flat. So it's trapping water, and it's rotted out the right side here, and some water has come down into the fluted piece here. Excuse me. And then the trim blocks at the bottom here, left and right, that's a replacement one. This is an original one, and they both rotted out, so they need to be replaced again. When you get up close to this thing, the one thing to look for in your house all the time is wrinkled wood. And I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this with the sun. See all the, yeah, there you go. See all the wrinkling right here in this fluted piece? I can put my hand right through it, these two pieces right here. My brother may be able to make this piece and piece it in, but usually we'll replace this whole stick. It's just too hard to make this stuff. We get asked all the time, what about vinyl replacement materials? And you just don't wanna do that. You can kind of see where the last contractor, this was rotted right here because water was coming down this whole side. And rather than replace the piece properly, now it's rotted here, he just stuck this scab in here. So unless you're really looking for this stuff, most people don't really look at the exteriors of the home until they start having a problem inside, and then they call us. And you'll see some of the same stuff over and over. So here at the top of the pediment right here, this crown and the trim piece are all rotted through. And we may find that this base underneath, this is a metal cap on top of it, but it's pitching water behind, so it really needs to be elevated up. And my brother will look at that when we come out to do the work. I can only bid so much from the ground. So this is a triple window to the right of the entry. Again, you can see this wrinkling wood right here. This is a center that's rotted. So we've got center, I can put my hand right through right here. A lot of these noses have been replaced with synthetic materials, and you really don't want to use vinyl on the outside of your house, at least not in Georgia, maybe some other markets. If this stuff doesn't rot to let you know you got a problem, by the time you do realize you have a problem, instead of a $100 or $200 repair, you've got a $10,000 or $20,000 repair, because it just is what it is. If the water gets in behind this trim, it's inside the inside frame of the house, it's causing mold, drawing termites. You won't know there's an issue, and by the time you do, you're gonna have to pull this brick out of here to fix it. You see what a lot of these guys do. So over here, if somebody fix this trim right here, see the horizontal cut? It's just going to trap moisture, and that's not rotted out right now. But if you look at this right side piece, they did a miscut center right here. It's undersized for the trim. See the gap? And now it's rotted. The inside is rotted through right here in the corner where my finger is. So we have to repair that, and that'll take care of that window. There's a little bit of rot on the transom right here. The right side center is rotted, so we'll repair that as well. This left side triple window, same kind of stuff. You'll see it over and over again. So you get up close, you see the wrinkling in this wood right here. See the wrinkle through here? So this is the lower sash. I can put my hand right through it. We can actually repair that piece. It's a really a difficult repair. The left inner right there, see the wrinkling? That's rotted. The inside frame is rotted as well. This piece they put Bondo over, and it started to rot. And there's a little bit of rot in this right side corner brick mold. So again, we'll come back in and repair that stuff. Pretty much, this is like 50% of our business, is doing all these little trim repairs. But the key to it is wherever market, we get people watching these videos from all over the world now. The thing is, if you're gonna do the work yourself, or if you're gonna hire a qualified contractor, make sure that they're back priming the trim replacement pieces, and use wood. Wood is like the canary in the coal mine with old coal miners, where it'll let you know if it's rotting. Like for instance, here's a perfect example. This piece is PVC brick mold that someone else replaced. We would never use that material. They've replaced the whole stick, except where they cut it short down here. So they scabbed in a piece of wood trim at the very bottom of this, and that's eventually gonna rot. The problem with this stuff is this is synthetic too, the nose and the sill here on this window, but see the gap in the caulk right here? If you're not vigilant about that, over time the water's gonna leak in and get behind here and gonna rot everything out behind this brick. The left side right here, you can see this wooden brick mold is right at the bottom. See the indentation at the bottom? So we can just repair that. And I think we had a similar issue on this right window right here. A little bit of rotted brick mold on this window. When we go around the back of the house, we'll go over a few things. The left side, right side right here didn't really have anything. The boys will have to get ladders up to see it. We got a little bit of rot at this entry door. This left side brick mold right here is rotted in that corner. So we'll go ahead and fix that. We'll shoot out towards the backyard real quick. He's been having some issues in the back, and one of them, we talk about flashing all the time, we talk about caulking all the time, and he's got a window on the second story now where unfortunately he's had a bunch of water coming inside the house now. And you're gonna meet Scooby-Doo back here. Actually, that's not his name, but we'll call him Scooby-Doo for the sake of this video. So there's little things on the house you want to look for. As you're walking around the house, look for the black. And if you look up on this roof line, see the bottom edge of this vent, exhaust vent for the water heater, you see it's curled back. So every time it rains now, the water's getting inside the attic and into the roof. So we just need to re-nail and seal that space up. But he's had a bunch of water on the back here, and it's this right-hand window. I don't know if we're gonna be able to see it real well, but we'll show you from the deck some of what's going on. And so if you get up in this corner right here, and you kind of look up, I don't know if we're gonna be able to see in there or not. We'll try. There we go. See the wrinkling on the right side of this window right here? It's got rotted brick mold at the right with the inside pieces. Same thing with the center, and same thing with the left. And we'll step out of here for a second so you can kind of see underneath maybe. It's hard at this angle to get you where I want you to be. Let's see if we can get up under here. Apologize. It's gonna be really hard. Yeah, I can't get you in the sun. Sorry, folks. I try. I do, bless me. But at the top edge of that window, you can't really see it in this video, but the brick mold is cut open. They never caulked it, so the water's coming down. And the bottom two pieces of siding are rotted now underneath the window, and you can kind of see the streaking underneath. So we need to seal the flashing at the top of that window, re-caulk the window, replace the rotted trim pieces, and replace two pieces of siding all the way across. If you look at this angle, you can kind of catch it under this window. Maybe we can get up in here. There you go. See the difference in the siding right here? Because the left piece is a replacement piece that's a 10-inch piece of siding. They just had it sized wrong. And they've got some rot in that window as well. And when you look around your house, look for the black on your house. We talk about this all the time. But see these corner boards right here? So you see the black line in them? Excuse me. And then at the upper section of window, you got the same issue on the corner board. It's rotted, you know. And if people would just stay on top of this stuff, it's so hard. But just walk your house like twice a year, and it'll really help you. We're in the right rear corner. You can see the nose of this window is wrinkled, and so it's rotted out. The inside piece is rotted now behind where someone did a repair piece previously. The same thing with the center, same thing with the left side. All three inside pieces of this framing are now rotted on this window. We'll shoot up on the deck real fast, and then we'll talk about this downspout over here. This comes up a lot. When builders build these houses, they use galvanized gutters, which means they rot out, and they use undersized gutters, 4 inches instead of 6 inches or 5 inches. You really want 6-inch gutters on a house this size. And then they use 2x3 downspouts. So you got this section of roof back here. So the upper roof here in this corner, all this roof line is draining to here. This downspout dumps it right here to this gutter. See all the streaking across this gutter? All that water's coming over the top. They added this drain pipe down here in the corner, but the downspout is way too small to ever handle this amount of water. This should be upsized to a 6-inch gutter. If he doesn't want to do that right now, at least do the 3x4 downspout. Most of your trim and everything up here is still good. Just needs a little bit of caulk. You can get a better view of this window up here now. This is the other 2nd-story window. And we'll slide in there. See the rot in the window, in the trim? So what happened is when he bought the house a few years ago, these guys pieced in some oversized siding here because they didn't know what they were doing. Whenever you place siding, it's okay. Most of the siding's in decent shape. When you look at the bottom edges, it's all uniform all across. It's not swelled, so it's fine. This side doesn't get a lot of weather anyway. It gets some rain. The sun's on the other side of the house. This is the south end of the house, I guess, is where we're facing. Actually, it's the north face of this house. I take it back. So it's not getting a lot of sun. But inside, you can't see in the video here, but we got a lot of rotted trim on this window. We'll replace these 2 rows of siding all the way across the house with hardy plank. It'll be properly sized, and then we'll seal underneath the window so they won't have any more. Right now, they're getting active water leaks in that window, and they're probably getting it in this window too. So we'll take care of that for them. But I'm Andy with Handy Andy. The last piece of rot we had right here is at this rear deck door. There's a piece of rotted brick mold right behind that frame, so we'll have to pop the frame and replace that piece. The key with these trim pieces is really use wood, back prime it, use a $5 caulk, use a nice elastomeric caulk. You can get it at Sherwin-Williams or Porter Paint, which is, what is it? PP&G now, they changed their name, but good stuff. Don't cheat on caulk, don't cheat on paint. We use Sherwin-Williams Emerald or Duration. They're both top rated paints. Consumer Reports rates paints based on price. So they take that into their calculations. We don't care about price. We use the paint we use retail costs about $80 a gallon. Our cost on it's about $50, $54. That's still a pretty darn expensive piece of paint, or if you ask me. But you pay for good materials and it lasts. And it kind of ticks you off. We see this all the time. This is a beautiful home, great neighborhood. This customer's already paid somebody else to do a bunch of work, and it's all wrong. So I don't mind paying a fair price for work. I don't want to have to keep paying to get it done again, do you? That's what we stand for at Handy Andy. Now, 4th generation contractor, been doing this stuff for 25 years in Atlanta. My son is out with me today bidding jobs, and he'll run this company someday just like I'm running it. We're at 770-912-2829. Hopefully this is helpful, and we'll see you at the next house. Bye for now.